curious, observant, you are biologically hardwired to know when someone is staring at you. Our brains dedicate specific neural networks to gaze detection. If you've ever felt a prickle of anxiety on the back of your neck in a crowded room, you've experienced this ancient survival mechanism. For most of human history, a stare was considered an actual weapon. Across the globe, civilizations developed a highly codified belief that someone could cause you physical harm, sickness, or ruin simply by looking at you with intense jealousy. This is the evil eye, a specific, localized transaction of negative energy triggered by human envy. This map displays the chronological footprint of the belief, originating in Mesopotamia over 5,000 years ago and radiating outward across the Mediterranean basin. Without modern communication, isolated cultures arrived at the exact same conclusion about the destructive weight of another person's attention. As the world's major monotheistic religions formed, they did not reject this concept as a pagan myth, they absorbed it. The Prophet Muhammad instructed his followers to seek refuge from the envious gaze. The Jewish Talmud laid out strict agricultural laws, preventing neighbors from staring at each other's crops. In Hinduism, even the deities are shielded from the overwhelming gaze of their devoted worshippers. To survive an invisible threat, humanity engineered physical defenses. Throughout the Mediterranean and Central Asia, the response took the form of the Nazar, blue glass beads crafted using sympathetic magic. The artificial eye is designed to stare back, catching and absorbing a malicious glare before it can strike a vulnerable target. Other cultures deploy a divine stop sign. The Hamsa, an open hand often embedded with a central eye, acts as a spiritual barrier against negative intentions. This belief persists across 5 millennia, spanning theological divides and geographical borders. It functions as a globalized framework for managing a threat that requires no physical contact, no spoken curse, and no overt act of violence. To understand it, we have to look at how it was believed to actually operate. We trace the genesis of the curse to the agricultural communities of ancient Mesopotamia. In the fertile valleys of the Tigris and Euphrates, early Sumerian texts described an invisible force capable of shattering a potter's furnace or sinking a boat. Excavations at Tel Brak in modern-day Syria uncovered thousands of these alabaster idols dating back to the 4th millennium BCE. They feature massive, exaggerated eyes, serving as early evidence of an institutionalized focus on the power of the gaze. The ancients relied on an optical theory called extramission. They believed that the human eye did not passively receive ambient light, but actively projected invisible rays of energy out into the world. When a person felt intense, unfulfilled yearning, that visual ray became toxic. This toxic energy damaged victims through a process academics call the wet and dry theory. By studying patterns across Indo-European and Semitic traditions, anthropologists found that the evil eye is consistently a desiccating force. It destroys by drying up the vital fluids associated with life and prosperity. The economic results for an agrarian society were devastating. A farmer might find a highly productive dairy cow suddenly running dry, or a vibrant, profitable crop instantly withering in the field. Early humans lacked germ theory. They had no systemic understanding of meteorology or sudden biological failures.
The evil eye provided a vital, actionable explanation for sudden, catastrophic loss. Pre-industrial, close-knit villages operated under a specific set of survival rules. In these environments, resources were not seen as something that could be grown indefinitely. This diagram illustrates the image of limited good. In early societies, peasants assumed that everything valuable, wealth, health, and luck, existed in strictly finite quantities. Under this logic, an individual's success meant someone else was actively deprived. A sudden surplus of wealth bred intense communal resentment. By externalizing that envy into a supernatural curse, communities created a psychological tax on arrogance. The fear of being targeted by the invidious eye forced the wealthy to hide their prosperity, share their resources through charity, and remain humble. People developed extreme cultural camouflage to avoid standing out. In South Asia, parents applied thick black kajal to infants, deliberately marring their flawless beauty so they appeared less desirable to a jealous observer. Ancient Romans utilized the fascinus, a phallic amulet designed to protect the wearer through startling obscenity. The sheer shock of the object was believed to break the concentration of any envious person attempting to cast a hex. The evil eye functioned as the ultimate enforcer of social equilibrium. It utilized the terror of an invisible curse to regulate behavior and prevent physical blood feuds from erupting over inequality. Modern science confirms that human eyes do not project magical rays, yet the physical harm associated with the curse is real. Medical researchers explain this through the nocebo effect. When an individual is culturally conditioned to believe in the evil eye, the psychological terror of being cursed triggers a massive physiological stress response. Cortisol levels spike. Victims experience genuine, documentable symptoms: sudden high fevers, severe nausea, and profound lethargy. The belief itself creates the biological reality. Because the illness originates in the mind, the cure must also speak to the mind. Rituals like the Latin American egg cleansing lower that anxiety by providing the victim with a highly structured physical placebo, restoring a sense of control over an unpredictable world. Globalized education and modern medicine did not erase a 5,000-year-old superstition. Instead, the cultural software adapted. The physical village square relocated to the smartphone. Social media platforms have built hypercharged environments, centered entirely on mass social comparison. We now broadcast our curated successes, vacations, and milestones to an audience of hundreds or thousands of onlookers. The psychological weight of this mass observation generates an immense phenomenon researchers call digital envy. In response, modern users are adopting ancient survival tactics. Behavioral data shows people are increasingly hiding success online, deliberately avoiding posting new job announcements or ultrasound photos, specifically to avoid attracting negative attention. When they do post, they deploy digital amulets. Dropping a blue Nazar emoji in a caption serves the exact same defensive function today as hanging a glass bead on a Mediterranean doorway 3 millennia ago. This cultural software has survived for 5,000 years because it perfectly mirrors our hardwired fear of envy and the fragile nature of success. The evil eye reveals something deeply human.